Doge is taking on the demons. I kid you not. They're doing the Lord's work. They really are. I want to highlight something here. We haven't really done much as of late. We did for a while, a lot of the waste and the fraud. And again, this is going to make your blood boil. I'm just warning you right now. Here you go. Trigger warning, whatever you want to call it. If you're not upset, if you're not disgusted by what we're about to report to you, there's something wrong with you. Well, you're either a part of this, either that you're a member of a cult, or you're a member of the parasite class. One or the other. This is the thing that bothers me a great deal, is, again, the fact that how both the left and the right can't come together and say, this is gross, this is disgusting. What could we, all this waste, all this fraud, what we could do with this? And again, I'm sure Republicans have their ideas of what they could do with it, whether return to taxpayers. I'm sure Democrats could say that's wasteful and we can use it to spend, whatever type of, help you want to give to whatever group it may be. But this is disgusting. It really is. Donald Trump just eliminated this past Friday the Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service. It's like, what the hell is that? FMCS. And I'm going to give kudos to Luke Rosiak from the Daily Wire, who did his homework on this story. The Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service, FMCS, they had a 9-story office tower on K Street in Washington, D.C., 9 stories for 60 employees, most of which worked from home. And they worked from home prior to the pandemic. The managers at the FMCS had luxury suites with full bathrooms. One manager would often be in the shower when she was needed, while another used her bathroom as a cigarette lounge. FMCS recorded its director as being on a years-long business trip to D.C. What? Yeah. Was on a business trip to D.C. This is so the director could have all of his meals and living expenses covered by you and I. You and I, simply by showing up to the office. Again, you're okay with this? Leftists, you have no problem with this. Doesn't bother you at all? Or maybe you don't pay income tax. You don't, no skin off your back. The FMCS is a 230 employee agency that exists to serve as a voluntary mediator between unions and businesses. Basically, does nothing. Does nothing. As a, quote, independent agency, its director nominally reports to the president, but the agency is so small that, in fact, there is no oversight at all. Luke Rosiak spent a year investigating the agency and found all sorts of violations, self-serving violations, hiring, pay, contracting, purchase card rules. One thing he could not discover is why the agency actually existed. Again, the Bobs. What exactly do you say you do here? The only reason for its existence was to provide luxurious lifestyles for its employees. Endless junkets to resort destinations, which employees openly used to facilitate personal vacations. They were justified as building awareness of the agency in the hopes that someone would actually want to use its voluntary services. Okay? Basically, the agency existed to benefit those on the payroll and really nothing else. Here is an actual quote from an employee. Let me give you the honest truth. A lot of FMCS employees don't do a hell of a lot, including myself. Personally, the reason that I've stayed is that I just don't feel like working that hard. Plus, the location on K Street is great. Plus, we all have these oversized offices with windows. Plus, management doesn't seem to care if we stay out at lunch a long time. Can you blame me? Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. You're a parasite. I can totally blame you. I don't understand people like you. I don't get you. I don't get. I mean, we're all broken people. We all have our, we're all sinful people. We all make our mistakes that we have to deal with. But you live your life knowing that you go to work every single day, stealing from the taxpayers. That's what you do for a living. And you think that's okay. Can you blame me? Yeah, I can blame you. Top FMCS official George Cohen used a, quote, recreation and reception fund to order champagne and $200 coasters for his office. $200 coasters. I don't even know what they look like, for crying out loud. And actually used government money, taxpayer money, your money, my money, to purchase artwork painted by his wife. The agency actually, get this, commissioned paintings of its top employees. Yeah. You had painters come in and had paintings. Again, I don't, it doesn't translate to me. I've never seen anything like it before. It spent $2,402 retouching the portrait of someone who briefly held the top job in an acting capacity. FMCS employees unblocked their government credit cards to turn off typical abuse protections, then use them to apparently fund personal expenses and simply bill anything they'd like to the government. One employee leased a BMW. Another, IT Director James Donnan, billed the government for his wife's cell phone, cable TV at both his home and his vacation home, and even his subscription to USA Today. Another employee used his card to rent a storage unit near his home in rural Virginia, 2 hours from the office he supposedly worked at, which was used to store personal possessions such as photo albums of his dog, Buster. The same employee spent $18,000 at a jewelry store near his house, destroyed all purchase card records upon leaving the agency. Another employee, Charles Burton, when he retired, he incorporated an LLC, which another FMCS employee paid $85,000 using his purchase card, listing it as a call center service, even though the company had neither a website nor a working phone. Another accountant Carol Booth, she blew the whistle on this to the GSA, the General Services Administration. Then the guy in charge there, Cohen, forced her to send an email rescinding her statement. The author writes, something out of the office. The employees spent an inordinate amount of time and money congratulating one another for being employed there and engaging in, quote, work that really amounted to pampering themselves. One purchase was $30,000 in trinkets marking employees' anniversaries. The agency's office was absurdly oversized, but refused to move. It hired a consultant for a hallway improvement project to decorate. The expenses that were actually business related were hardly better. It paid, for example, $895 for enrollment in English Essentials, a grammar refresher course, courses on listening and memory skills development. They FMCS used federal jobs as a spigot of cash for friends and relatives. Allison Beck, former union lawyer who became a top FMCS official, employed her sister-in-law as a special assistant. I can go on and on. This is pages and pages and pages, and it's just going to hopefully get you angrier and angrier like it did me, makes your blood boil. This is what we're trying to get rid of. This is what we're trying. I'm sorry. Okay. You see what's happening. You see what's the in our inner cities. You see the homeless problem that we have, the issues that this country has. You see a damn pothole that needs to be filled, and you think about how our money, our hard-earned dollars, are being spent. You write that check to the federal government every year, and it's being used to being stolen to allow, quite frankly, not very good people to live high on the hog doing nothing. Again, all you leftists out there, you want to defend this for me? Go ahead. Defend it. Musk is a fascist. He's fascist. That's the best you got? That's the best you got. Musk is a fascist. Again, you keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. Again, Inigo Montoya, Princess Bride. This is, again, it's a whole nother level of evil. And if I hear that, can you blame me? Yeah, I can blame you. Shame on you. I don't know how you look at yourself in the mirror. I don't know how you go home. And if you have kids, I don't even know how you look at them. Shame on you. WatchdogOnWallStreet.com.